Do a quick dope drop in. This is totally about being productive and not busy, and part of that is systems, right? You want systems at work, and that'll allow you to be more productive. And I saw something about, I was listening to a podcast, and it said that you want systems, not goals, because you have to have goals, but in order for goals to really be executed, you got to have systems. And so that's what we're going to talk about today. Is I was kind of messing around with one of the templates, because a lot of people ask me, how do you use the templates? Right. So we're going to go over this one here. Just going to double check, make sure we are good. We are good to go. All right, so let's look at it. So in the One Dope Planner system over here in the top right, you'll see that little icon. That's the index page. So I'm using the template, the productivity grid, and it's just a blank grid. So there's the blank grid. What I'm going to do, I'm in GoodNotes, so I'm just going to copy this page. I'm going to put this behind my April, right? We're still in April at this point, but I'm going to put it behind my monthly review. So it's going to literally be right behind this page here. So I would press plus, and then I would paste page. I'm not going to do it because I've already done it. So I created these little labels over here, and I'll show you how I did it. What I did is I used the text font, the text option, and I'm just going to, so I have the other one. So this is the admin, social media group, social media post, admin. What else did I have? Oh, yes. So I was going to do a prospecting. I can spell prospecting. Prosper is good too. So if you're using Scribble, you can use that function. And I'm just going to write the word prospect. I really should just call this calls, not prospecting. So these are just calls. Okay. So in that box, so when I tap on the box, you'll see the submenu. So I'm looking at this. Oh, I can't point to it. Looking at, so right where the scissors are, to the left of it, there's text box style. So I'm just going to use the white box. If you click on the advanced, you can have a shadow. I keep the shadow on, right? But we're just going to keep this simple, right? And you could change the colors, like if you know your hex code, you can do all that too. But I'm just going to keep it here. I'm going to center it. And that's how I made this right there. Now, right now, I'm not going to get into the colors and everything. We're just going to leave it at that. How I turned it to its side is I selected and just moved it over. Use the select tool. Okay. So this is not, so I'm going to move this over here. Do the same thing. I need to turn this around just for a second. So that should not be social media admin. It should just be admin. So GoodNotes has been a little glitchy today. There may have been an update and I didn't. Okay, so I just want to delete that. Okay. So what I'm doing is, now, here's the thing, because some people are like, oh my God, that's a lot of work. Okay, I'm doing this one time and I'm going to save this. So I don't have to do it again. Okay, so maybe somebody will get that. I will save it. So over here to this left should be like the system topics, right? So if you do social media posting, Um, I'm active in other social media groups. This is also where I network with a lot of people. Any admin tasks that I have, I'll put them here. Any calls that I need to make, right? Um, and then I do want to make another one, and I'm just trying to figure out what I need to name this, but it is calls as well. And maybe that's what I just need to keep it as. Okay. So then I'm just going to go in here really quick, and you can either text me, write, or right, I want it all centered. Centered. And I'm just going to very quickly. Now I'm not going to make these like really pretty right now. I just need them to be here. Like I'll align them later. And then I'll save the whole format. So I haven't decided if I'm going to use this as a checklist, which you can. And I'm just going to duplicate that. And what I mean by a checklist is like whatever your system is, like your to-dos that I'm going to be putting in here. So what I would essentially do is I would write down, so all this like social media post. So if I have a posting schedule, like for when I'm like posting things about, the business, maybe it's just like an informational post. If I'm doing a post about breast cancer, so I may more than likely separate this where I may put, actually, I think that's exactly what I'm going to do. So I may put like the Pink Pro Hero social media post there and do a separate one for like the posting strategy for the window planner team, just so I know what it looks like. Right. But this is like business, and then we'll like make this one pink for right now. That's what I love about the other colors. Oh, that's too pink. Maybe a blush. Here we go. And then maybe make this one like a blue, just so I know that that is for, yeah, there we go. All right. But this one would be more so for business purposes, right? So maybe I'll have like reels. So I'll come back and fill that part in. But then also there's that. So this is for the posts that I actually do. So I'm going to write down like maybe Monday, do something like Happy Monday. Like, I don't know. Did you know? FYI, when I do these, I'm going to batch them and have ChatGPT or, well, now Claude. I'll have Claude do all of this and post it. That's a whole nother conversation. Like literally, I don't spend time doing this. I'll just tell it, do that, post it on Monday, do that, post it on Wednesday. But then I'll, I put like not personal, but live videos of people, not just a post. So I haven't figured that out, but that's what I'm going to do as far as that. Now for networking groups, I'm going to go back and I'm going to look at all of the networking groups and most likely they're all in Facebook that I participate in, like contribute, meaning that I may write a post about a fact about wealth or I don't know, something like that, right? Or breast cancer, whatever it is that I contribute in. But I also go into the groups to find the people who are looking for another source of income, those types of things. But the craziest thing for me to do would be to do it like not have it on a set schedule. So maybe I just do it on Tuesday. So for me, my lighter days like Monday and Tuesday, some part of Tuesday. So Tuesday probably would be a day for sure. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But Wednesday for sure is a day that I do like presentations for women. So that one I need to kind of figure out when I'm going to do it. So I'm being intentional and strategic. Admin, so like if I need to call home office, you know, if I need to check emails, like there needs to be days, back office stuff, I need to designate that. So when I'm looking at my weekly schedule, what I'm doing is I'm blocking off time to do the system, right? So maybe the part of my admin, so here's a perfect example. So on Monday is my team conference call, right? So at some point on Monday, I need to send the reminder for the conference call. And then 2 days before, you know what I don't have on here? Sunday. I don't know. And probably somebody caught that too. There we go. Sunday. Okay. So 2 days, either a day before or 2 days before. No, probably a day before for that one. I'll send a like reminder, like maybe at 8 p.m. conference call reminder. Now I will tell you this, I will have all this automated. So I'll set it and I'll have a day to set automations, right? So all this is like set. Usually I do all my automations. So let's just do this. All my automations, like reminders, I set those on Sunday. So I'll block out time to do that. So I'm in a total set it and forget it for the rest of the week. So we have team trainings, team conference calls. Hey, don't forget, all that's going to be set on Sunday. Okay. All right. And then, and so Tuesday we have trainings, Saturday we have trainings, but all those automations are going to be set. So Sunday is automation set the system for all the automations, meaning the text messages, right? But then the other thing, so when I'm doing calls, I have that set too. And I always do like, if I'm setting appointments, I always focus on like if it's a themed day or an area, I'm always doing it 2 days before like the event happens. So Saturday, so let's just look back here. So this would be my calls, right? So on Wednesday, I do like a women's call. So on Monday, I'm setting appointments, right? Set appointments for women's call. Right, on Tuesday, we have an event in our meeting is in Nashville on Thursday. So Tuesday I'll be Tuesday, my whole focus is set appointments for Thursday. That's probably not really good. All right, Wednesday, I'm setting Friday appointments. So I'm booking everything for Friday. And then Thursday, I'm setting Saturday appointments. Now, here's what's going to happen by default is there's going to be a lot of overlap because I'll be setting appointments and people say, oh, yeah, I can't do Friday, but I can do this. Okay, but I'm always 2 days ahead when I'm doing that. And then, let's see, Friday. So those will be my appointments. for Sunday. Okay, and y'all kind of get the gist. Okay. Saturday, reminder for the team conference call goes out. Okay, so again, systems. But what I think I'm going to do, because again, I'm going to show you how I'm going to set it and forget it. So let's go back to my little checklist here. So let's just say it's set appointment for here we go. It's better. Invites for women. Okay. So I can do a couple things. So I can have this. There is, like, I can do a list. And I'll show you this other little trick thing. So I can do my invites for women's call. Keep it simple. Get my little highlighter and make a little thing like that. Again, this is just keeping it simple, right? And let's just say that this is my checklist for that day of the system, right? Now on my weekly, so let's say this is it. I'm gonna go back. Maybe my weekly thing is back here. Okay, so over here in my weekly section, so that was on day, so that's Tuesday. So this is my Tuesday system. Then I would, here is where I would block out the time to do that. So here on Tuesday, oh, so that's Monday. On Tuesday, I block out, 3 hours to do my invites. So Tuesday, invites. I don't need to write down what it is because I just go to the system and I know exactly what I'm doing. Right. Maybe I'm doing, and maybe I'll do one of the social media groups that focuses on women to remind them, right? So again, it's just all about the system. And once you have the system in place, what I realized is, like, when I was in pharmaceuticals, like, we had our kind of like our team route. So, so I was in St. Louis. So maybe one day I was in Creve Coeur, the next, and I just worked all the doctors in Creve Coeur. Then the next day I was, in another area. So it's the same thing, but it was a system. And that way I would never overlap and not be productive because I was in the wrong place. Not the wrong place, but I would stretch myself. So this way I keep focused. That's a big thing. Keep focused, right? I do networking as well. So I go to networking business clubs. So that's part of the system, right? So, but once you have it laid out, like, this is what my system is, this is my routing, right? That's the key. Then you can also see, well, oh man, that's way too much. Because this is my priority. So maybe the calls are the priority, which it is, right? Setting appointments are priorities. I can't overdo everything else when this is the priority. So then what I love about this is, let's say we'll just move this around here. Okay, yeah, I got a lot of stuff going on Monday, so maybe I need to move that here. Better yet, where else can I mean, it's a reminder, but I'm just using that for example. So it'd be, things that you could move around. Like, well, maybe I don't move that there. Maybe I put this over here. And that way you can use this lasso feature to move stuff around until it makes sense. We did the same thing virtually with, not virtually, but on paper in pharmaceuticals. Right? Same thing. And it's just your schedule. It's just a schedule. Right? And so if part of that, so this is just the system for business, right? Maybe you have the also, build a system for your workout routines. You can do one just for the workout routine and then build it, right? Maybe this is the um, here you would put walking, maybe it's the walk, here's the run, here's the weight training, maybe, and here's the diet, you could do breakfast, lunch, dinner, whatever that is. So then every day, but it's the set it and forget it piece. And this is the most crucial part. So once you have your system set, you're going to lasso all of this. And then you're going to save it as an element. Yeah, you'll save it as an element. So you can either make a new collection. I'm just going to make a new collection, and I'm going to call it systems and goals. All right, create it. So maybe I'm using this and I'm doing a checklist. Or maybe I'm not using it as a checklist. But wherever it is, I have it saved. So let me go to the recents. My recent one. And of course, GoodNotes wouldn't save it. Oh, there it is. Okay, there it is. And then I would just put it back in place. So I'm not recreating it over and over and over. So hopefully that helps someone. I'll post what my final one looks like, but I just realized that I needed a better system because I do network, I do social media to find prospects. I mean, and most of them in a warm market. But I do have admin tasks that I have to do, and of course, the most important thing is building the business is setting appointments. So I have to have all of that since I'm using all these different resources to get in front of people and setting the time and having a strategy to do it. So I hope that helps somebody. I will post the final, what it looks like, but this is a great template to do pretty much anything as far as business, personal. I mean, you can even do your Bible study, setting it out. But I just wanted to show a way to use it. And all it really is, if you kind of look at it, it's just a calendar template, and we just kind of tweaked it. I was like, oh, this would be good to kind of set goals. So the creative team made that thing happen. Okay. All right. So again, it's setting systems, not just goals. You got to have the system to hit the goal. And the window planner can help you build that system. Y'all have a good one, and we'll see you soon.